Rock roll, baby.
Rock roll foots. We are live, full in effect here.
Go lay down.
Yeah, dude. Time to get down to Cowboys discussion here. It's been a minute. Foots back from Hawaii. How was the trip, bro?
Man, it was good, man. Oh, are we live, Joe? Bet we're live. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
we're
had a
live.
little interference from my son. He's over here acting. He's supposed to be asleep, but all the lights are messing with him. Man, it was great, bro. Um, um, just a really good time, man. With family, with friends. Just a great time, Joe. Seriously.
Getting down to it, man. Foot. So we were talking offline, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat box. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching us on the replay, make sure you pound that like button. Follow my boy Foots the King, Cowboys Nation TV on YouTube, man. One of the best in the business. Foots, you were on vacation, but you were still putting content out there, man. So, dude, like, you go hard, bro. You go hard, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It was one of those things to where it was like I went through a period of like I was feeling kind of like not that I was cheating the fans, but I wanted to give the fans more because the fans, what do, Joe? They they rock with us. So I wanted to make sure that I gave them more because we're in the thick of things, and it was quality to talk about. Now our
Yeah,
thing is this. Our thing has always been this, Joe. We're never going to give fluff, but
yeah,
we were able to give quality, man. And on that trip, it was some things that were worth talking about. So it was cool. But I was still able to enjoy my vacation as well.
hell yeah, dude. I saw you. I saw you having a good time out there, dude. Good stuff. So, guys, the main topic here, as you can tell in the title, Dak Prescott questionable for Week 1. It is start to make the rounds here. It is something that it is rearing its ugly head. So, we'll start out with that, Foots. We'll start with the Dak Prescott. Where we're at. Where's the concern level, and how does this thing possibly play out? For the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? And actually, guys, I'm gonna go into a little bit of details to what this injury is, and how it's been treated before. Okay, so Foots, first of all, how are you feeling right now, man? Like Dak
So
got injury.
I'm gonna be honest, Joe. We talked off record, and there are gonna be people. I just sometimes I really hate that our brass is so nonchalant about things. The truth is, there's something here. Um, Now, the thing that concerns me the most, Joe, and I thought about this the other day, is I don't see how Dak is going to practice all year round with this injury. Um, I don't. If the chat box can tell you, Joe, let me see what chat box is doing. I don't see how he does it all year. If it's this much of a concern, because football players need to play football, Joe. Football
Hmm.
player. I don't care if it's that. I don't care if it's Troy Aikman. I don't care if it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's still a workaholic to this day. So the fact that he's missing reps, he's not practicing 100%. I don't know if is it now questionable, Joe, or if they're saying that he's gonna play, but it's like, why is it even a question? It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go into this thing as I think it's gonna be officially this game here against the Texans. He's not gonna play, right? So we know that. That being known, right? Are you even going to roll out some of your other starters? Lyle kind of dinged up a little bit. He probably won't play. Does Tyron play? And then so it becomes a domino effect, right? So then it's like, who's really going to be out there? And Mike McCarthy said in his interview that the preseason is really to really sift out the competition for the young guys, and I agree with that. So Foots, what you said there about getting some reps, I totally agree. Like it's like
Yeah, I mean, come on, Joe. Like you listen, you have to. There's nothing in life that you can do that you can just step away from and just be good, you know, and and just get back like it's nothing. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean it's always good to be as a fan to have the bravado to be like, oh, he can come out here and like nothing is going on. But yes, the truth is you gotta shake off some of that rust. And he hasn't taken a live game since the injury, October right of 2020. So and he's been sidelined the whole time, man. So
Think about this, Joe. Oh,
yeah,
somebody said Eagles look atrocious. I was gonna watch that game, but I was doing some prep for this show, trying to catch up on the Cowboys news with my boy Joe. Hey, Vacho's in the chat box. What's up, my boy? Hey, Vacho.
Building, shout out.
Maybe Vach, since he's turned up and watching us. And Vach, like, you tell me what you think, because I'll be completely honest with you. Like, I'm big on practice and reps, and like that's just, I guess that's the musician in me, Joe. Like,
yeah,
you have to be sharp. Now, one thing I say about Dak, all the stuff that he says about like mental reps and all of those things, I know that he will do that part. He is about business when it comes to certain things. Like Dak is about business. I think they're just being safe, but then I think like, dang, is it? I don't know, Joe. That's really one of those things where I don't know. There's another player that we could talk about that I do know. With Dak, I just don't know. I'm just hoping for the best.
We'll definitely hit some of that up. Mario's saying 4 to 6 weeks. So what I want to do is actually elaborate on this injury. So I'm gonna pull up this article here on what this is, right? So what we've been told, what we're kind of hearing through the grapevine, is as far as just like what is he dealing with, and that sort of thing. So let me see if I can pull this up here for you guys, and we'll kind of skim through it here briefly. We won't go too long into this, but let me see. Here we go. So this is what we're talking about, right? When they talk about Dak has a shoulder injury, it's not really a shoulder injury. It's not his rotator cuff. Like, this isn't like, some devastating injury that he's dealing with. But, they mentioned, reaching out to the Texas Rangers because this is more of a pitcher MLB injury, right? Your latimus. Okay. So with the latimus, it's like you get, with this deal, there's 3 types of strains. You got a level 1, a level 2, a level 3. A level 3 is a tear, A level 2 is a partial tear. So here, you see here, so this is where it's at. So it goes up to the back, and it does, kind of go over your rotator cuff here, you see? And so that's what he's dealing with. And then, like it says, here's an example. This is an MLB type of deal. So how did he get this? From what I've been reading, it's it's more of a strain, kind of going 100 miles an hour, and Dak, right? Like, he's been trying to get in here, just probably pushed himself a little bit too much, man, to be honest. So you read into this, and so here we go. While most lat injuries are grade 1 or 2 partial tears, occasionally a throwing athlete will sustain a large tear enough that requires surgical intervention. Okay, so the question would be, what level does Dak Prescott have of this injury? Because the Cowboys don't have the best track record for us. They'll say one thing, and then by the time boom, this is something crazy. And I'm not saying that it is. I mean, we do see him throwing the ball a little bit and stuff, but the question is what grade did he suffer? And here's an example of the surgery, right? So if you have a tear, this is kind of back here on the back arm there. So I think that's where some of the confusion comes into play with fans. Is like shoulder injury, but it's not the shoulder. It's the muscle that goes up behind the shoulder.
Underneath, yeah.
So pretty interesting stuff here. Now, as far as like, the timeline for pitchers, obviously it's different for football players, but you can kind of get a glance of what you could expect in a worst case scenario, and I don't think that we're in that scenario, Foots. Let me see where was it? I saw a timeline here. Oh, here we go. So see, I mean, these are big time pitchers. Anybody that follows MLB, Strasburg, Kershaw, Thor. I mean, these are big time pitchers, dude. So this is common. So average recovery time pitching in 99 days for a non-operation and 140 for surgically treated. Now that's MLB. 99 days, that's 3 months, man.
That's the season.
That's the season. And then if it's a tear, you're done. Like 140 days if you have to go in there and do a surgery, right? And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm just trying to give people a little bit more of a background as far as to what this is. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Cowboys have a weird thing when it comes to kind of beating around the bush to say, what I'm saying, Foot. So
they definitely know how to dress it up.
Yeah, they do, bro. They really do.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm hoping for Joe. It's just he was going too hard, and it's just what I don't know is it one of those things that can heal on its own, or will it linger?
It could he re-aggravate it, right? Like even McCarthy said, we don't want to push him and re-aggravate something. So, is this something that you feel that we're going to have to
Will
really
it affect his arm strength?
Yeah, the arm strength, right? Because the things that we've been seeing him throwing the ball lightly, kind of just teardrop passes and stuff like that. How much zip can he have on there? Like, can he re-aggravate it in the game? So, Foots and everybody in the chat box, do you feel this is going to be a season-long journey with this thing? Like, do you think this is going to take a while to be fully recovered, or we just got to play through it?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't see how it wouldn't be a season-long question. At least it's a training camp question. You don't get healthier, and that's why they do all of these, studies on these guys coming out, their arm strength. Like, I doubt Josh Allen's ever going to have issues with arm strength. Now, I see Josh Bryant saying it's overreaction. I mean, okay, I guess if it wasn't an overreaction, then he will be playing. Like, he didn't play. Like, if there's one person who needs reps, it's Dak. Not because he's not Dak and he's great, and that's fine. Like, I know Dak has a super fan base. I get it. But you also have to remove fandom from reality. The truth is he didn't play, what was it, week 5 last year? Whatever. So he needs live reps. He needs live reps after. And my son feels the same way. That's why he just said that.
Yeah, he agrees. I agree. We all agree. So, yeah, man.
Joe?
It's not overreaction. It's reality, man. That's the thing about it. You can't be the fan that sticks your head in the sand and that this is not happening. You know what I mean? Like, you really do have to take into account. You know what I'm saying? And we're just giving information. We're not saying that this is what it is, but just be ready. That's all we're saying. You know what I mean? It's the Cowboys. There is a track record with these guys. I mean, you cannot deny that. The Cowboys lie through their teeth, bro. Like, do all the time. So
and then, like, people gotta understand. So you want his first reps to be against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who probably have the second best D line in the NFL, maybe the first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people forget how good that defensive line is in Tampa. So we're ready.
Shout out Josh Bryant. Takes 2 to 3 weeks to recover from grade 1. So, I've seen a couple of people in the chat box say that it has been announced it's a grade 1. I haven't seen that anywhere, but if have you seen that, Foots? It's been announced.
No, I haven't.
Grade 1.
I haven't. They've just been like just basically talking like they haven't. I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, shout out to you, Josh Bryant. Thank you for the commentary. Obviously, it's always fun to talk with the fans in here. Appreciate that super chat, bro. But yeah, man, that's all it is. Definitely not overreaction. It's definitely just the conversation, just to kick around, and just because of the, these guys, they have that track record. But let's move on to another subject here. As far as the game against the Texans, we do a little preview here. As far as like, any expectations here, starters, anything like that? Who do you think really needs to show up here?
Oh man, I got a laundry list. I mean, I'll just run down mine, dude. Yeah. I want to see. I want to see Kelvin. I want to see Kelvin Joseph play, but I want to see Nashawn Wright get starter reps. I want to see how he looks with the ones, just to see. You know what I mean? I think that him and Kelvin are both going to play some on the outside, but I just got a good feeling about Nashawn Wright. I want to see Jabril Cox get some upper tier reps on the field. I hate to say it, but I want to see Jalen Smith off the field. Somebody, Joe, that we've been down on is playing well. I want to see Dorrance Armstrong continue to put together a nice campaign as he has, and emerging as that DN and one of those DNs outside of Lawrence and D Greg. So I got a lot of guys I want to see. I want to see Hooker. Apparently Hooker's supposed to play. I want to see how he looks. I didn't think he'd be back this early, but he's ready. So let's go. And my last is I want to see, me personally, I think that Jalen Smith is off the team, and I was been consistent. I know people are going to say it's about saving money and all of that, but I just don't think he can move anymore. So maybe he stays on the field, maybe he doesn't. But it is what it is.
Hey, dude, those are great takes on, and I'm gonna get into some of the guys I'm looking for too. Shout out to Kevin Chapman, appreciate that super chat there, bro. So appreciate that. But Foots, man, I want to elaborate on one of the things that you mentioned there, and it's Jalen Smith. So you kind of see, in this last game, you look at Micah Parsons and Keanu Neal looking at look. These are the two guys that you really want to have on the field, right? So if you're talking about having the best players on the field, whether it's on offense or defense, when you're looking at linebackers, Michael Parsons, he's starting day one. Give him the green dot, let him, get acclimated, and just go full speed with this guy. I mean, the speed difference on this defense looks a lot different when you have Parsons and Keanu Neal out there. You get that physical, element the Cowboys have been missing, right? So, but how does Jalen even get on the field? If you want to go with your best guys, Parsons and Neal, right? How does Jalen even get on the field?
So, to me, it's one of those things that when I see, when it comes to Jalen, I don't see how the game just looks like it's passed him by, and it's not us being mean. It's not any of that. The game just looks like it's passed him by. For whatever, it just looks like it's passed him by.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Here's one from Mario. What do you think about Jalen and LV putting in special teams reps? I saw Foots respond on Twitter. Yeah, I did see what you said on there, Foots. If you want to elaborate for everybody.
Oh, I just said the end is near. If he's playing special teams reps, it's the end is near.
Yeah, right. Like you typically don't see your A plus guys out there on special teams, right? And I mean, it's kind of not the norm, right? So you see LVE and Jalen out there. It's like, yeah, the writing is definitely on the wall, and I think you're starting to see that progression. I think it's starting this year. Jabril Cox for sure. I think he's going to get some playing time in here in the future. Michael Parsons, Jabril Cox, and you might draft another linebacker, man. I mean you got Neal on a short term deal, but that's a good way to get this thing going for it's Jabril Cox and Michael Parsons for the future.
Jabril is still his speed jumps off the screen. He diagnoses well, and I'm just like, hey man, you got your go get. Can you get my food at the door? Yeah, just leave it at the door. Yeah, sorry guys. It's my nephew. So that's live TV for you guys. It is what it is. Live stream. Jabril, he just jumps off the screen. He does, and he's extremely like twitchy. Like him, Neal, and him, Neal, Parsons. They just. Even like LVE just looks out of place out there, Joe. Like, what do you think? Like, I mean, I love LVE on rundowns. I don't want him on the field on passing downs because these other guys just move better.
They do, and then I think that's where they really, looking at this defense post 2020. I think McCarthy's like, hey, dude, excuse me, we got to get faster out here. It's a different game right now. It's all about mismatches. Speed is the name of the game. Pressure is the name of the game. So. That being said, get that ball out fast. You got to have the personnel to handle that.
Yeah.
And I think they're in the right direction. This to me, they're still rebuilding that defense. I mean, it's I think Mike McCarthy said in the Hard Knocks, what was it, 40% of the players coming back, or there's 60%, something like that. He said something. So there's been a big churn here already with McCarthy in this roster. You know what I mean? So. He wants to put his fingerprint on here, and I think with Dan Quinn at the helm there for that D.
Yeah, I think Dan Quinn. I think him and Dan Quinn are just righting their wrongs, and I think Jalen. It's not like Jalen is a wrong. It's just there's no need in bringing what he did or does to this team when you have guys that can do it. It's just that simple. And it sucks, but it's the business. This is a business. Unfortunately, we get married to the players, but it's a business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Elmatic7, thank you for the super chat. Guys, I want to see more Bradley and I and Rondell Carter. I like the African kid too. So
Yeah.
yeah, folks.
Hey, the African kid has a name. Give him a name, man. Don't say that. It's Kamara.
Azur Kamara. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's him, man. So yeah, man. Let's talk about these three cats, dude. Like, okay, so Bradley and I, I think a lot of us have covered him. I think he had an outstanding game against the Cardinals. So, and he's really gotten the opportunity foots. So I like him. And Rondo Carter, left the team with the Colts. Cowboys brought him back in here, and I mean, he's looking the part. And Kamara, I mean, he has some traits there, right? We always talk about traits. If you got some traits, you can work with them. So, Foots, what's your thought on those three guys?
I mean, I'll start with an eye. I was so happy to see his rushes because me and you covered him, Joe, like no other coming out of the Senior Bowl, and he definitely has the it. I just want him to continue to get better, continue to build, be somewhat decent in the run game. I think he'll be able to get after the pass rusher in the pass game. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Kamara's a little light in the pants. Carter, I like the player, but really it's going to be Basham if Anai can still reps. Dorrance, and obviously our two big dogs, D-Law, which I don't know what's going on with his health, and I do know Randy Gregory's going to be a stud.
Yeah, dude, Randy Gregory, bro. Let's talk a little bit about Randy Gregory, right? So as it sits right now, he's probably your premier pass rusher, dude, because you're hearing about Lawrence being out with back issues. Now, one thing that I kind of picked up on here, he mentioned back surgeries, right? So I did he have more than one back surgery? Like how? Here's another thing about the Cowboys. I don't like. And oh, dude, the other thing I was going to tell you, the thing about Dak's ankle. He even mentioned that in episode 1. He was like, I actually had another surgery that nobody was supposed to know about. Like
that goes back, that goes back to the injury stuff. Yeah,
dude. Like these guys are like low key revealing stuff. So Dak, I mean, that was reported, right, that he had the second surgery, but he was like, well, they didn't, we didn't broadcast that or whatever. And then Lawrence over here on the beat saying, back surgeries, like that's plural. So what the hell's going on there, dude? You know what I'm saying? So. I mean,
get ready. Somebody else is gonna have to step up.
But that being said, besides that, right, Randy Gregory, that's your number one guy, right? I mean, in your book, I would think that's your number one pass rusher, right?
Oh, Randy's the one. He needs to get a lot of reps, and you're gonna have to mix it up with Micah Parsons in there, Joe. Just is what it is. Dallas put themselves in this hole, and so they're gonna have to mix it up. You didn't really attack the end. Golston hasn't given you crap, so it is what it is.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, man. Like, so you hear about Golston tweaking a hamstring in the conditioning drill, right?
Yeah.
We thought we were clear on that. Remember, we talked offline, like every year somebody screws up in that conditioning thing. Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
I thought we were in the clear, but now we find out that Golston, tweaked the hamstring. So that kind of sucks, dude. And so it's like, yeah, Kevin Chapman, do you think Golston is an IR stash? I do think he's going to be an IR stash.
Yeah, and we first got to figure out, can he play? Because I don't want to deal with any more Tristan Hill situations, Joe. I don't. Like, I try to explain that to people about Tristan Hill, and they didn't want to listen to me, or you. But we kind of knew on a player like Hill. I don't think Hill's going to give you anything this year just because he hasn't practiced, he hasn't played. Work ethic already wasn't his thing. You're going to be dependent on OC Diggy, and good luck until Neville Gallimore gets back.
Yeah, and then Neville's probably the IR return, on a short-term IR, probably what's going to happen with him. So it'll be interesting to see, when you talk about the roster, you talk about a rookie, right, Odigizua. I mean, he's shown some stuff there, but a rookie, that you got to work him in.
Yeah, it's a lot to put on him.
A lot of pressure there. What's your thought on Bohanna making the team? You got Bohanna making it?
Bohanna's a lot. He's shown that.
Yeah, I like him in there too. I think you have to keep him. I think he's shown some good things in there too, man. I think that's a good little late round steal. I love that one there, Foots.
Yeah, he's shown enough. He's shown more than enough. He's a lot.
Yeah, he's lock and loaded. He's lock and loaded, man. And we got beefier there. That's what we needed, right? So
Yeah.
I think these guys are gonna test that run defense, right?
Bohanna is gonna be in a lot of ways one of your saving graces.
Yeah.
He is, Joe. So I think, like you said, man, I'm gonna be very excited to see how this all plays out, man, with the D line, because if nothing, you can't get worse. I think that we'll be faster.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we will get gashed at times, but then we'll make plays on the back end. So, like I said, if you can just get me between 15 and 20 defensively, I'm good to go.
Yeah, just get us out of that cellar, right? We're at the bottom there.
Get us out of the cellar, Joe.
Thank you for that super chat, the Lunatic, Joe Foots, and the baby. Go Cowboys from the Lunatic. Good to see you in the house, bro. Good to see you.
I got the baby with me, the Lunatic, so that's why I keep pausing my screen and having to make adjustments. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. It's all good. So Foots, so talking a little bit more about the pass rushing. You mentioned Michael Parsons as being maybe one of these guys that you have to lean on a little bit more. So I like what they've been using with him, right? Coming off the edge.
Yeah.
Standing pass rusher. So that guy's just so fast, dude.
He's a different pitch count. So what you do is, on those passing downs, if you like Cox or if you like a sub package, you blitz him, and that can act as one of your other pass rushers. It can free up a Gregory. You have true speed packages coming at these quarterbacks, and they're athletes. So that's going to be one of the things that can really help this team, Joe.
Yeah. Speaking a little bit more in the middle, we know, like we talked about Gallimore. Somebody mentioned this name right here, Geno Atkins. But are we hitting the alarm bell on this? Like, do we need to bring in another body?
No.
Are we
hard no? Hard no. You don't need Geno Atkins. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to help you. I don't even know where his numbers were. I didn't even know he was still in the league, honestly. So I remember.
Right. Some of those guys that kind of slowly wash out, you know what I mean? Like, you definitely won't get the Geno Atkins at the height. You never do, you know what I mean? There's a reason why some of these players are available. I mean, they're past their
a big reason, Joe. Yes. Some of these guys, honestly, y'all, they're just not, we get so excited because of the names, just like we did. Who was the guy that we got that was from Memphis? And he was a complete bust. He was drafted by, I think, Kansas City D lineman. He was awful with Dallas last year. He didn't even make it through 3-4 games. It was a D lineman that we got last year, y'all. Somebody help me on the chat box. The point is, sometimes we know the names and we follow them from the combine, but if they can't play, they can't play.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is.
No. Hey, Fitz, here's a good question from Mario. You think Israel Mukwamu is going to make the 53? I love his play in the preseason so far and in training.
What
you think about him?
No, I do. This will be a big game for him, Joe. Let's see, because what I think what's going to happen is if Hooker's good, Hooker's going to get the nod. So it'll be interesting, and Kazee has been playing well. So it may be hard to find a spot for him, but we'll have to see, Joe.
No, I'm with you on that. I think you probably maybe carry 4 safeties. Right, you probably have 6 or 7 deep cornerbacks. So if you're talking about the 4, I mean, a lot of them are taken up. So you got, Wilson's a lock, Kazee, Hooker, those are locked. That's 3 already. So you basically have 1 spot up for grabs on the 53, in my opinion. I think they carry 4. I would be surprised if they carried 5 safeties. You know what I'm saying? So is it between Curse? Darian Thompson, I think the ship has sailed on that already. Mukwamu, he definitely has some. They like the link there, right? I think he's done okay in tackling in space and things like that. But I kind of feel like you might be able to sneak him through waivers and maybe add him on the practice squad. So
yeah, I think you may as well. But it'll be interesting. I want to see somebody make a play this game, other than other than I want to see somebody make a play, Joe. Me personally.
Jesse Falls comes in the clutch here with the name that we're looking for, Don Terry Poe, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The bust of busts.
People were making videos on Poe, and they had every answer. Dude, he was sucky.
It was trash, dude.
Yeah, he washed, and that's why I'm telling you, when these original teams move on, it's a mess. Stop.
McCoy having a chance to come back. I think he signed with the Raiders, Lacho. So I think he went over there with Marinelli and the Raiders. So he
can stay over there.
Yeah,
stay over there, buddy.
Let's see what other comments we got in here. Curse has been looking good. Yeah, he got a lot of good reps there when Wilson was out early. What was it, a mini camp? But I think once Wilson came back, it was a non-thing. I mean, Wilson, he's going to be the guy.
Wilson's the guy. Yeah, Wilson's the guy.
Wilson's definitely the guy. I mean, he has a knack for the turnovers.
His play speed is just better than Curse's. Just is what it is.
Yeah, I like that. He
has a different mindset.
I feel good about the safeties first. I think we're going to get more out of this safeties that we've had in a very long time. I think you got some playmakers there. We saw Hooker with that pick six in the blue-white scrimmage. You like to see that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Hooker's an amazing talent, but you have that little asterisk as far as
the injuries
when he's healthy, right? So
the injuries, Joe. Yeah, definitely.
That's it. So, I mean, if you can get a couple games out of him, making plays, that'll be cool. Like I'll be good with that. Like my expectations for Hooker are not 17 full games kicking out. Like that would be that would be amazing, dude. But the realistic part is he'll probably miss some time, right? So
yeah, Joe definitely gonna give you the real. That's facts, Joe. Yeah, people definitely need to slow down on that for sure.
So let's talk about the offense a little bit now. We went heavy defense the first part of this. So shout out to everybody in the chat box. Appreciate everybody here watching live and on the replay. But Foots, when you talk about the success of the Cowboys 2021 season, I think it has to, revolve around Dak Prescott and the O-line. I think the team goes with Dak and that O-line. You know what I'm saying? So
it's definitely that. Like I think. As much as we love these receivers, Joe, if our offensive line isn't intact and Tyron Smith isn't healthy and these guys and they're playing shuffle, we're going to lose games. Games probably we shouldn't lose. We've seen this as fans where games get wrecked because we have Brandon Knight in or Aaron Still, where our whole playbook is now cut in half because of bad O-line play. So I think the biggest win from camp is that Tyron hasn't appeared on the injury report. His body does seem intact. Lyle came up with something today, but so
I have to give Lyle a shout out, man. I'm saying from last season, from all the rumors and this and that, out of shape, the wreck, whatever the hell. To his credit, he's participated in a lot of these preseasons, these games, right? He's been out there. You've seen Zach and Tyron take some time off. He's been out there grinding and putting in the work. I think this season I don't know, man. I just get this gut feeling that Lyle is on some sort of mission, to prove himself that hey, don't forget about me. I'm still in this thing. I'm gonna come out here and maul some people. So I do like that. And I think I think he might have a really good season.
I agree, Joe. I completely agree. Lyle's been locked in. The Connor Williams thing.
Let's elaborate on that. We'll see. Let's elaborate on that, right?
I just thought it was bad, to say the least. They're gonna cover it up, but I just thought I went on a whole rant about you can't be trying this stupid stuff in preseason. You need these reps. He obviously, I wouldn't have put him at center. I didn't like it. I thought that was just a coaching blunder, but it is what it is. I didn't like it, Joe.
Yeah, man, they've been giving him a lot of snaps at center, and for me, it wasn't even about they don't like Biadasz or Biadasz is the starter. They just wanted to see could he do it if they needed him. You know what I mean? And from what I've seen, I don't know, man. I don't think he could do it that good. He's never been good at anchoring power. He's never handled power very well. So we have seen a good amount of snaps at McGovern at left guard. While Connor Williams is over here, testing out the center, we're looking at McGovern. I've actually liked what McGovern has done for the most part. He has whiffed here and there, but I think he does a better job with power. Obviously, he's not as athletic as maybe Connor Williams. When you want to pull a guard or whatever like that, he might have that on him. But as far as power, I think McGovern takes it there, man. So
Yeah, I like McGovern, and
yeah,
me personally, I just I want to move. I want to move on from Williams. I just think that we gotta cut our losses. The fact that we're trying to find places for him to play just lets us know that he
dude,
hasn't
right?
been
Yes,
can't play this stuff, Joe. Like
dude.
it's a
Yes,
big
dude.
season,
Yes,
dude. Everybody
exactly.
wants to put him at tackle, dude. It's a big season.
Nah,
You never
I
gotta play
agree.
these games, man.
Yeah. So John Machota had his early 53-man roster projection, and he has McGovern, I guess, as a backup. He's got Tyron, Connor Williams, Biadish, Zach, right, and Lyle, obviously. So is that a position where McGovern could win that spot out, and Williams just becomes a backup? Do you think they'll do that, or nah? It's probably gonna be Williams at left guard.
They may start with Williams, but I just think it's gonna get bad. They'll end up making a change, dude. It happens. I'm just telling you, unless he does something that I haven't seen.
I agree. I feel like you're wasting some talent there. You know what I mean? But what I do like, unfortunately for the future, I think you will have McGovern there for 2022. I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to keep Connor. They're going to let him walk. So you like that. You like that indeed. But Foots, this is some awesome topics here. Let me see if we got some comments in here in the chat box.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm trying to. I feel like I'm sliding y'all. I'm trying to keep my eyes on my son. His diaper's full. So sorry, guys. We didn't get to go as long as we wanted to tonight.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Tonight didn't Zach Martin get hurt playing tackle? Zach Martin is the god of gods, though, man. What are you talking about getting hurt? That boy.
Yeah, that's a lineman. Like
Zach
that's
is.
yeah. You don't see them putting Zach at center, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, Zach is. He's another breed. No, but I get what you're saying, Illmatic. Yeah. I think he got a little dinged up, but I mean, that whole offensive line was dinged up last year. It was a freaking nightmare, man.
Joe, while you go through questions, I'm gonna change the diaper real quick. Daddy,
Yeah, go for it, bro. Go for it. We'll get through some of these comments here. Cowboys fan only. Appreciate you swinging by, bro. Jake Tuck in the house. Make sure you hit up my boy, Cowboys fan only. Hit him up. Great content. Great guy. Humble guy. I love working with him. Cowboys fans only. Jay Tuck. Make sure you guys hit him up, guys. Follow him. I'm a big fan of Jay Tuck. Good guy there. Jesse Falls. Why not go with Connor McGovern at backup center? Honestly, that's probably what would happen. You know what I mean? Like, I think they've seen enough. To me, you've seen enough. Can Connor Williams do center position? I mean, what do you guys think? I didn't like it, dude. I mean, he gets pushed into the backfield like crazy. I mean, I don't want to see Connor Williams at center, dude. Like, if Bianish misses some time, we might be a little screwed right there. But let's hope for the best. Michael Beers in the house. What's up, bro? What about Josh Ball? Okay, so Josh Ball, number 76, drafted in the 4th round of this draft class. I had high hopes for him. Now, he suffered a high ankle sprain. Okay, so the high ankle sprain variety, that usually is a longer recovery time, right? So if it was just an ordinary ankle sprain, you might see him, for week 1. You know what I'm saying? But 4 to 6 weeks is going to be cutting close. He's going to be one of those guys that might be short-term IR, or maybe they carry him. You know what I mean? And hopefully they won't have to use him. But you got to have those bodies. You know what I mean? You just never know with offensive linemen. So we'll see about Josh Ball. I really wanted to see him, man, because from what I've seen so far, Ty Nsekhe, it's a downgrade from what we had from Fleming. You know what I mean? And that's a downgrade. Ty Nsekhe's not that good. He's a little bit, heavy-footed. He definitely cannot handle the speed rusher guys. When you think about some of the edge rushers in our division, Chase Young and some of the other guys in the division, Philly, the Giants have some guys. Definitely don't want to see Ty Nsekhe out there. Yeah, Terrence Steele, I know the guy's trying, but he's still. I don't know, man. I just don't want to see him out there either. So let's hope our guys can stay healthy for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, good question there, Michael Beers. Appreciate you, bro. See what else we got here. We got another good one here. Antonio Wright. Does Simi Fehoko make the team? Right. I think that he has a good shot at it, only because Malik Turner got dinged up. Right. He's got a what did they say he had? He had a foot injury. So Malik Turner,
Oh, I came back to some fire. Does Semi make the team? Absolutely.
there you go.
He's trended. He's
Yeah.
trended. Nah, he's trended very well. Like the fact that that's even a thought. Nah, Semi's making the team. Like,
That being said, Foots.
like he's making the team. You can't.
Yeah.
He's done some things in camp and around. He's made the team. He had a catch over Kelvin Joseph at practice. I was like, wow, you'll find somewhere to play him because the upside is there.
Yeah, I think we talk about that, right? Mike McCarthy, wide receiver whisperer, going all the way to the Packers. Him in that front office did some damage, drafting the hell of good wide receivers in Green Bay. So you kind of think that with the guys that we have here with our front office, Will McClay, Mike McCarthy has a pretty good knack for wide receivers. Simeon Fehoko, I think, could have a shot here. I think he makes the team as well. The question will be, Foots, do they go 5 deep or do they go 6 deep? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you may have to go 6. We'll see. But Semi's on the team. I do know that. The numbers, we'll just have to let it play out, Joe. But Semi's definitely on the team for sure.
Let's say theoretically, it came down to Simi Fehoko or one of your vet receivers, Cedric or Noah Brown. Who would you take over one of those two vets?
Semi over or Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, if
I'm taking Cedric Wilson and Semi. Noah's out.
Noah's out. Okay.
Yeah, it's not even close.
That's kind of where I have it too. I think if they go 5, which they did last year, they did go 6, but Malik, they put him on IR, then went to 5. So if they go 5, I'm with you. I think you keep Cedric Wilson and the sayonara Noah Brown. So it's all the numbers game, man. It's all the number crunch. So it's going to come down to it. Now, if you carry 6, I think you're able to keep Noah Brown another year along with Cedric Wilson. But the fact that you're seeing Amari Cooper out here starting to get the feet under him, I think they said he's going to play tomorrow, right? If I read that right. So he wants to get out there and, hey, dude, enough of this slander. I'm still the number 1 receiver right now. I still got games.
And he looked sharp, dude. When he ran that slant the other day, he still got the juice.
Yeah, he still has the juice, man.
Yeah,
I think there's juice. Now, if we talk about some overreaction, I think there has been some on Amari Cooper as far as like, is he the forgotten vet or whatever? I mean, this guy's a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. Now, I'm very pleased with the progression of CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, it's been second to none.
Like, he is definitely the present and the future. You know what I'm talking about? Like a number 1 receiver. I mean, this guy takes care of the body. He's working on his route running, catching, going up. I mean, you talk about him getting some good reps on Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is one of these guys that can blanket that side of the secondary, right? You talk about, the reason why they're going after these other guys because they don't want to throw the ball at Trayvon Diggs in the preseason. So that's why you're seeing some of these passes on Wright, on Kelvin. None of the rookies are going to have a perfect preseason, but they look good, man. I love that you're seeing Kelvin Joseph and Nahshon Wright just
both of them. You know what we had a lot of thoughts on Joseph and this, that, and third, but it's good that I'll say this. I love the fact that they're both playing well, making mistakes and playing well, and they're both going to help us in the long run. And that's just how I want to look at it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how he handled it, right? I know they didn't go after him in the first game, but the second game, he had that adversity.
Yeah, bro.
I did like how Kelvin handled it.
Yeah. He came back.
I like how he handled it, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see the crumbling of a Mo Claiborne type. Oh shit,
dude! Mo was mentally not strong. And
Dude,
that's
you could break him so quick,
oh yeah.
dude.
He was
These
used
guys.
to being a better athlete than everybody. So
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
We just got the wrong LSU quarterback, dude. That was
That's it.
big, man. Yeah, let's see what else we got in here, guys. Where we at? Where we at on time? Okay, we'll take a couple more here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. This one I think we kind of touched on it, Mara. Who's wide receiver one week one, wide receiver one at the end of the season? I think it's Amari Cooper. I mean, if you technically want to do like a wide receiver one, technically, but at the end of the season, who's making the bigger plays? I think it's probably gonna end up being CD, dude. Like,
Who's the hot hand?
yeah, that too, right? Go with the hot hand, but CD just has that it factor, that superstar, like kind of like Dez when he was at his peak, right? Like the ball's gonna go to him and he's gonna get the ball.
He's gonna catch the football, Joe.
Yeah, that's how I see CD. I think that he's an ascending star for sure.
He's gonna catch the football. He's gonna run after the catch. All of that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited that Marvel group in the house. Amari's gonna raise hell this year. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here, guys. I think that's gonna be it for right now, folks. I think we went pretty good here.
Yeah.
Wow, 45, 50 minutes. So
yeah,
good show, great show.
On the run back, yeah, people will love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great stuff, bro. I mean, we covered all the topics. You know what I mean?
My final note, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that we're giving Jalen the blues. I really like Jalen Smith. Like I want to say that while somebody just talked about Jalen. I don't want to knock out Lacho. I just want my son's being a brat and he needs to be asleep. This is what he's watching, guys. This is live. So I'm sorry, but that's how much I love Joe. Me and Joe gonna make it happen regardless. In all seriousness, Joe, I love Jalen the person. It's hard because dang, like he really can't do it anymore. And you'd rather just save him for himself than get in games and he's not good anymore and it's hurting. Like, let that blame go to somebody else, bro. Like, because that it's his body that's failing him. You know that he's a good player, but his body has failed him. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Great guy off the field. He does a lot for the community, this sort of thing. But when you talk about being I hate to say it, a liability on defense. I mean, if you're an offensive coordinator,
that's it.
You're gonna hit those. You're gonna hit the chink in the armor, right? I mean, it's chess. We're playing chess, not checkers out here. So you got to have the right personnel out there. If you want to win some games, man, you got to have the right guys out there.
There's no other way.
As simple as that. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, I wouldn't mind carrying Jalen another season for depth or whatever, and I think that's what they're going to do. But next season is probably when, you do see some movement there, but probably not this year. But you never know. There's always a surprise cut every year.
Let's save the cuts, Joe. Let's say everybody's saying surprise cuts. We'll give y'all that after the next game.
Yeah. We'll dig into that a little bit later, but I think we'll cut it there for right now. Shout out to everybody that donated tonight. Appreciate the super chats. Shout out to everybody that joined us live. A lot of the regulars in the house do appreciate that.
We had good numbers, man.
And shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you for making it happen. Magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Good to see you back. Good to see you back in the States. Back off the island.
Dude, I'm back. I'm ready. Football season is literally here. Like, so once it happens, we're gone. Like, we don't stop. So thank you guys for always rocking with us. Thank you guys for checking out my content. You already know you can find me, Footsdaking, everywhere. And like, guys, give Joe a major shout out. That piece that he did on the arm, that was nice. Like, really diving in on the injury. People could say it's overreaction. The truth is, it's real. So just don't say we didn't warn you. I'm not gonna knock on wood, but at least you know about the injury.
Yeah, exactly, right. It's all about getting some information, some, just something to think about. And but we're gonna stay positive and let's get this damn division. Let's get to the tournament, man. You know what I'm saying, everybody? But that's all we have tonight, guys. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll catch you for the next episode. Peace out, everybody. Peace.